Well, well, well.
Put up right.
There we go.
Oh, now I hear you.
How are you?
Fair.
Fair?
Just yeah, trying to eat. I've been working all day and
Gotcha.
got dinner late.
We're live, by the way. Just FYI.
Oh, hello, friends and brothers.
Man,
I'm going to
did you get a haircut?
do what? Uh-uh.
You look different than our recording
Oh,
from Friday.
that's the problem. Hold on just a second. Well, usually I have a hat on.
Got you.
I haven't had a haircut in quite some time,
Oh my gosh, you hippie.
but I usually slick it back, and you can't tell.
There we go. There we go. Hey,
Yeah,
where do people buy those hats at?
these hats
Yeah.
at the Square Image website. All they have to do is order one.
Okay. I had someone asking me and it's like, where's the will you send me the link? Because I had someone asking me and it's like, I don't know what the Square Image website is.
Okay, I'm going to.
Man.
I need to cut out my video, but I don't want people to see the. Here, let's do this. I'll just exit the video. How's that?
Deal.
Yeah, that way I can eat and tell me if you hear me eating.
Okay. No problem. You're just not eating at 9 o'clock.
Hmm?
You eating that late, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Got you.
Man,
Man,
working.
so
I was chopping down a tree. I mowed 5 acres today.
wow. So you did manual labor today.
Yeah.
I did too, actually. I mowed, and she put me out in the garden to the flower bed garden, I guess.
Oh man,
Yeah. So that was
I
yeah
dread that kind of work.
yeah. So I was thinking earlier because
Uh-oh.
still no word back on the Facebook page. And so
Wow.
yeah, and so what I think I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and make another Facebook page and just
Okay.
go from there. Mainly because uh like for the lives and stuff, like for the videos, that's not a problem because we can share the videos, wherever. I don't really like
Right.
pushing lives because then once you're done, you have all these posts everywhere that are dead links now, right? So,
Right.
um, but posting things to the Facebook page helped with viewership a lot. Like we have 3 people right now. It was 0 a minute ago. So we need to have a page where we can post things like this. And if
Well, I
Facebook's going to
agree.
drag their feet, or I mean, if Facebook says okay, here it's back, fine, that's great. We'll shut down the new one, right? Because we got 5,000 followers on our old one, and the new one will probably have like 100. Hey, Zach Smith.
Right.
He says, "Evening, fellas. Fell
Hey,
asleep
what's
the other
up,
night. I
Zach?
was wondering. I was wondering where you were. I'm glad you're good."
Yeah, I think we definitely need to make another Facebook page just for uh, telling people about videos,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe that's what it'll say is Masonic Improvement video link or something like that,
Yep.
and just leave it at that. And it's and this is what I preach about all the time is that websites you own, domains you own, social media you rent. It's not really yours. So it can be taken away at any time. So don't put all your cards in one deck. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
And we're feeling it right now. And we can't even find out why or even talk to somebody about it. Say, hey, whatever it was, we didn't we should at least have our say in it.
Yes. Well, given the lack of warnings and how quiet they've been, I suspect it was something that they're spiteful about. So Hold on a second.
Yeah, it's not okay to be a man today. It's not okay to say it's okay to be a man. It's it's um it's rude and spiteful and creates chaos within social media because it's angry talk or whatever. Yet they let all the people on, you know, right wing people and left wing people talk crap about each other all the time in regards to politics and
Yeah.
all that. But you say it's okay to be a man and they shut you down.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
I agree, but it is what it is. And like you said, we're playing ball in their field, right? But we are working on alternatives. Like we have a really awesome website in the works. So I'm looking forward to being able to use that. Thank you, Brother Smith. Not brother. Thank you, Zach. Soon, hopefully, one day to be brother. Um, but we'll just make another page for Facebook because Facebook's too big to not have some kind of presence. And I was being patient, playing the waiting game, but um, having no way to easily just post communications is kind of frustrating. So we need to get something back out.
Yeah, because our audience is bigger than just Texas Freemasons.
It is.
And that's our what we've been posting stuff on. And I don't think that it's as fruitful as it could be.
Well, originally it wasn't even a YouTube channel, right? And it was a blog, and then it became a YouTube channel and a podcast. So just posting, and it's not just Texas Masons like you say. So we need like central hubs, and the central hub will be the website, but also like a secondary hub needs to be the Facebook page and everything like that.
Oh, I don't want that secondary. We may not need to have this conversation online.
Oh, okay.
We can have a Facebook page to show links and stuff to our things, but considering it a secondary hub, Facebook is crap in my opinion.
Well, we use it for announcements, but we will still have the
Exactly.
query, which will be for more. It's not as tightly guarded, I guess, where you can have actual conversations. So, yep. So anyway, what do you want to talk about tonight?
Yeah, the only social media that lets you get away with anything you want to do is pretty much TikTok, and they're run by the Chinese because they want to know what we're doing, right? That's a bad joke, but it's almost true. You see everything jiggling on TikTok. You see pimple popper. You see all kinds of weird garbage, and they're the most free with what you're able to do.
To an extent, yeah. Anyway, so what's on your mind tonight?
Well, as brother Mickey Allen, if y'all haven't seen the video in the members only page yet, wait till it comes out. It's an awesome video. We covered some really good topics that we hadn't really touched on in quite that way in quite some time, and it was a very good talk. And what a genuine brother, you know.
Yeah, I really
But
enjoyed it.
but I did take his challenge, and I today after mowing all that property and stuff, I cut down that limb, and I did it with an axe instead of using my chainsaw. So that way I can be brutal also. But
Did you craft the
what
axe
was a
yourself?
bummer? Do what?
Did you craft the axe yourself?
No, I did not do that. I didn't even sharpen the blade before I did. I left my stone at home, and I was dreading it after a while.
See, a real man would have found a mine and got the iron ore himself and taken it and
Yes.
smelted it into an ingot and crafted it into a saw and then used that saw to cut down the wood to make a pickaxe.
Yep.
And then use that pickaxe to get more iron ore to smelt
Yes.
an axe head, and then use more wood to craft the axe to chop the wood down. Like it's a whole
that
circle of
is an awesome.
manliness.
Yes, that is the circle of life of a man,
Bonus points if you get the
of
iron
a
from the
real man.
meteorite.
Right?
If you catch it with your hand and then smelt it, and turn it to actual tool.
You ever seen that this is way off. Well, all of this is way off, but have you ever seen that movie uh it was, golly, now I can't remember what it's called. It's by Stephen King, and it's a bunch of cartoons that come to life.
Silver
Um,
Bullet,
Tales from
Pet
not Tales
Cemetery.
from the Crypt, but Tales from the Crypt came from it. Um, but
The
anyways, no,
Shining.
not Silver Bullet. I love Silver Bullet. That was a good movie. But there, this one episode, this one part of it, it has. Oh, there's this one where this guy's in this clean room. He's a clean freak,
Mm-hmm.
and all of a sudden he starts getting roaches all in his infested in roaches in his whole house. And at the end of it, you see roaches crawling out of his mouth and everything because they got him. You know, he was trying to protect himself and he couldn't. But this one, it was a meteor that fell. This other one, and this farmer Joe goes out, "Oh, meteor!" He touches it, and it's open. He puts water on it, it breaks open. He touches the green goo that's inside. He goes, "Oh, meteor shit!" He licks it off his finger, and he's growing on his mole all over his whole body, his tongue, and all kinds of. It was pretty funny. But
Man,
anyways,
you're really choppy tonight, dude. Like you're breaking up pretty bad.
I don't know what's going on with internet. I need to work my own stuff.
Yeah, like
Work on everybody else's, and I neglect my own.
you probably should. Yeah, because it comes and goes. It comes and goes. Man, I'm just I'm still pretty pumped up from that last interview with Mickey. Like that's really good. I'm really excited to see him at the summit.
I know he's a genuine dude. I really like him. You know, I'm glad I've had the opportunity to meet him and visit with him,
Yeah,
and you know, I can't wait to spend more time with him.
yeah,
And I'm glad that he's going to be introduced to our friends, our circle. You know, because I think that he's going to fit right in.
I agree. I agree. And so, uh, whenever everyone sees the video, pay special attention because he's going to be at the summit and he's actually going to be donating an item for auction that he's going to make himself. And we kind of hinted at it in the past, but I don't want to spoil it too much more.
Right. Let's not do it
Yeah,
anymore.
but it's going to be pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be a one of a kind just for the auction. And by the way, brothers, this auction is not for us. This auction is for Alameen Shrine. You know, they have worked with us extremely well and nicely, and they're helping us out in so many different ways in getting everything set up. Um, and this is just a way of saying thank you. Is, you know, that cherry on top. Let's do an auction for them, and and see what kind of money we can raise for the kids. You know, we and this is money that we're taking from you brothers. So you better show up with your wallet. You know, we're not taking it from the public. This is from us.
Yep.
So let's represent. Let's show them what an auction from brothers can be. You know, that's my thing.
Yeah. I have to attend to a child real quick. If you just want to
Go ahead. I'm
monologue,
ready now.
you ready now? Oh, okay. All right. I'll be right back.
Mano a mano with the brothers and friends and of our world. Sorry, I don't watch the because I live in the country. I don't really watch the comments and stuff. Justin usually does that. Um, so I can't see what y'all are saying. I hope that you enjoy our show. Make sure and hit like and subscribe, and that way the algorithm kicks in to your friends and they have an opportunity to see us at some time. Especially if you're a brother, you know, we want to get the message out to as many brothers as possible. Um, you know, we're working to give everybody a voice. Um, we have our opinions, but we're not against hearing other people's opinions. You know, that's what Freemasonry is. You can come together as brothers. You can talk about the hardest subjects and walk away as brothers, and know that it was just meaningful debate to try to figure out the problems, right? Not to not to make enemies, not to uh, shut the doors forever on relationships, but to have those meaningful discussions and then walk away as brothers and feel good about it because you went somewhere with it. Sometimes our minds change. Mine. I'm not afraid to tell people when they've made a valid point that I'm willing to take on. It's I've done that many times. That's how we get better. And in fact, that's what the discussion was with well, a lot of it was with Mickey because he forges steel and makes handmade knives and blades and swords and stuff like that. And iron sharpens iron. If we don't if we don't really watch who we're allowing into our fraternity, and not to be an elitist or whatever, but if we don't watch who we're letting into the fraternity, and we think that we can take the lowest of the low and reform them, make them better, that's a bunch of BS. I don't. That's used carsman thinking. I'm not stack them deep and sell them cheap. I want somebody who's going to come in and who is at least as smart as me, hopefully smarter, so that he can make me a better man. I want people that will challenge me and challenge my intellect, challenge my spirit, challenge my way of thinking. That's what I love most about Freemasonry is the challenge. It's not about the destination. It is that journey for me. And that's why we have this podcast so that we can let people know that that's what this is all about. We should be having these hard discussions and trying to figure out the problems of the day. You hear about George Washington and and Pike and all the different people of the past that were real difference makers in their communities and in their world. And you have to think, how is it that all these people were Masons and they were shaping the world? It's because they would challenge each other to do better. They weren't just sitting around on their laurels. They could have easily just stayed in the good graces of England and milked the land and the prestige for all it's worth, but they didn't. They broke free. And that was because they challenged each other to be free, to be free of mind and spirit and channel that energy for the betterment of the world. So, just some thoughts I think about. Justin, he's going to have to catch up because he didn't hear any of that. Did you hear some of that?
No. Sorry, I was.
You should leave your headphones on when you walk away so you can stay in the subject.
See this thing right here?
Oh,
Yeah,
he just has to be old school.
I do.
You can
I have
you
to
can
stay
tell by
wired.
his haircut.
There's a delay with wireless. I have to stay wired so I
Not
can keep up with you.
wire.
But keep talking. I'm actually attending to a thing real quick that came
Oh,
up.
a thing.
A thing.
I see.
Uh,
Um, has any brother asked anything or said anything that I can talk on?
the only one
Or friend or
it's
brother?
very quiet tonight. The only one that said anything
Wow.
was the comment that Zach shared.
Oh, saying that he was glad to be. I'm glad you're here, Zach.
Yes.
I this has gotten to the point to where it's so regular now. Justin and I have been doing this for long enough now. We know who our troopers are, and I wonder where people are when they're not around. And I think about that, and I think did we go too far on something? Did we really just are we just saying the same thing and you're not happy listening to it or whatever? Just like with our lodges, unless we ask that, and that's why I like these lives because it gives y'all a chance to talk to us and give us that feedback if we need it. And that way we can talk it through, just like I was talking about before. Iron sharpens iron.
Mhm.
So I love the lives just specifically for that purpose, that, we see our regulars, and if something occurs, if they stop showing up for some reason, we can reach out like we should do in the lodges and find out what we did or what we're not doing that made them lose interest. We should do that just as much as we preach that our lodges should be doing that, and they should.
That's true.
You've got to inspect what you expect. That was another topic that we talked about quite a bit with Brother Mickey, and I think that you guys are going to love the discussion. Yeah. Did you see that? I was asking. I keep wanting to say Brother Smith. Did you see that, Zach? Did you watch it yet? Have we put that on the members only already?
I've not had a chance to put it up yet.
Oh, okay, so, that's fine.
He's not seen it, but that will be up very soon. But yeah, you're talking about inspect what you expect. I like that. But we did talk about that quite a bit. Like what you measure is what improves, and the best way to measure something is to quantify it. And I know a lot of people aren't really huge on SMART goals, like the SMART goals.
Right.
But the benefit of those is that they're quantifiable and they're obtainable and measurable, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for a lot of people that don't really have much experience with
tell everybody what the SMART goals are real quick.
Sure. I will do that. I will do that.
They're oh my goodness.
So the
and I live by it, but I can't. Well, you're the one who brought it up.
Specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-based. Why are you repeating me for? And time-based.
Because I remember now. It's all coming to me.
Oh, okay. So yeah, so you're saying this is exactly what the goal is. It's measurable. It's quantifiable, right? So if you could say, I want to be sure that we have, I don't know, if you're a fundraising lodge, you can say, I want to be sure we raise $5,000 for scholarships. Or you could say, I want to be sure we host.
You have to have those deadlines.
At least two festive boards for Masonic Lodge. Or I want to improve 2 or 3 buildings, rooms in the building, right? Or say specifically, I want to be sure that the carpet is replaced in the lodge room, okay? And it's measurable, so you have a quantity. Is it achievable? So like a small town lodge saying, I want to raise $1 million for scholarships, that's not achievable. That's not.
That's pie in the sky stuff. You can't do that. You're shooting yourself in the foot.
Also relevant. So if you are just saying, hey, we need to do a fish fry, why you want to do a fish fry? Is it going to be earmarked towards something for the building? Or you just feel like you need to do fish fries? Because that's not relevant to what Freemasonry is.
Exactly. Has absolutely nothing to do with it. Except for the fellowship and what some people think is charity. But, I personally don't think that's charity. I think it's more fellowship than anything. Hold on just one second.
Yep.
My hair was getting in my face, so I had to kept feeling strands come out.
Cut that hair, you hippie.
I know. It's that thing about having blonde hair. It's so thin that it just static just takes hold.
Yeah.
But that's it really frustrates me that so many brothers think that fish fries are a good way for marketing themselves to the community. I really don't think so. You're not adding value to the community by asking them for money. If you just give them something, that's adding value. Kind of like when we partnered up with the police department, and they came and etched people's VIN numbers in their windows for them,
Hmm.
that's adding value. And we didn't really have to do anything. We had some donuts and coffee and talked with people while they were waiting. But that was something we just added value to, that we gave the police somewhere that they could do it right there on the main road. And they were able to do a lot of them that day. I even got some of mine done.
Yeah. But too many.
So any of you guys that say that, any of you guys that buy a new car and they try to sell you on the window etching, you can get it free from the police. Just so that you know.
But too many lodges don't follow. Like even if you follow one or two of those, you're probably okay. But lots of lodges don't do any of those things. They don't put any of those in their goals. Well, heck, they don't even have goals, to be honest with you, right? They just whatever comes up, they're reactive instead of proactive. So whatever issues come up, that's when they deal with them. Whatever people want to bring up at lodge, that's when it's dealt with. If that makes sense.
Right.
There's no goal setting or planning, which means you can't set any kind of SMART goals because there's no goals at all. And that's why it's important to have agendas in your meetings. That's why it's important to know exactly as best you can what to expect and be prepared for it.
Yep, exactly. I wouldn't be able to be working on this. I wouldn't be able to work on the summit like I have been if I didn't have those things written down, my goals and what I expect to do and whatnot. And I wouldn't have had that experience if I hadn't been a master of a lodge, an actual master that cared about things and tried to proactively do things. You know, I went to officer leadership training and we recommend it so greatly. I mean, officer leadership training is so important for our lodges, and that's done through Grand Lodge, and some brothers go around teaching that. And the fundamentals that you get there are priceless. I don't care who it is giving them. The fundamentals that you get at officer leadership training is priceless.
Yep. There's definite value to be obtained there.
Yes. I would never, ever want to tell anybody not to do that. Never, because it is so important to our fraternity.
Yep. Yep.
Because I didn't have people in my lodge that were teaching me that stuff.
Oh, of
Imagine
course not.
that.
No. Well, no. I
And we
agree
got
wholeheartedly.
people, and we got people that have run corporations. We've got people that have, well, in some lodges, and we got people that have done these important jobs that they just don't talk about them, or you don't ask. You know, they'll take on positions that they're comfortable with based on their skills, but if you ask them to teach you about it, they feel threatened, like you're going to take their job, and they don't want to tell you. I don't get it. I don't get it. But we got to get better at that stuff, you know, and that's why we talk about this stuff.
I agree. We have to improve together as a whole, because one or two lodges here and there doing the right thing isn't going to progress the fraternity, right? It'll progress the fraternity locally at that one individual lodge,
Right.
but statewide and across the country, no, it won't, not at all.
Well,
What will happen
yeah.
is the numbers will continue to decline, and these lodges will remain. They'll be like bastions, like lights on the mountaintop, right? But the goal is to survive the storm with as many healthy lodges as we can, not just a few strongholds here and there.
Right. And I predict that as we continue with the situation that all lodges are in, all grand jurisdictions, not just Texas, ours is just a lot more noticeable because we have such a big state and we have so many lodges, so many brothers. But I truly believe that we're going to continue to merge lodges or demise. And all you're going to see that's left at the end of the day, when we hit that magic number, what you're going to see is the lodges who actually gave a damn and started getting proactive. And they're going to be the ones that are functioning in all the ways that we preach about. And not because of us, but because they're smart men and they know that they need to do that stuff. And you may have some lazy lodges but they're going to have so much money that it affords them to be lazy. So it's just going to be a longer, drawn out period.
Yeah,
if that makes sense.
I
So
agree.
that's what's going to rise to the top, and it's not. And so that's what our fraternity will look like unless we do something about it to make it better at this point.
Yes, wholeheartedly.
And even as we do that, did you say hold on?
No, I agree wholeheartedly.
Oh, wholehearted. Okay. And even if we, you know, do that, then we need to be serious about it to get to that point.
Yeah.
We need to be planning on those mergers and demises. Planning it so it's done right.
Not trying to make it happen. Not
Right.
not when we say planning on it, we don't mean like, yeah, this is something we need to make happen. Not, I mean, they'll happen on their own, but just planning in a sense of acknowledging that's going to happen and just make smart decisions for your lodge, so that when people do merge with you or you do merge with somebody else, both parties are ready.
Right. And it doesn't hurt the fraternity as a whole.
For example, if I have a lodge and I have someone wanting to merge with me, then the criteria needs to be okay as long as you don't buy endowments for everybody. Because I've seen that happen, and that creates a financial liability for the members.
Almost every time they do that, they expect that.
Yeah.
Why would they do that? That's just ignorant.
Yeah. So what you do is you say, okay, you can merge, but you're not going to buy any endowments for everybody. And what I'm talking about is often when the lodge merges with another, the merging lodge will take what is remaining in their funds and buy all their members endowments, so that when they merge, they don't have to pay money anymore. They don't have to pay dues anymore. But the issue is most of them have like $500 endowments, or otherwise still far too cheap endowments. And what will happen is all these new members will end up costing the lodge money. And so what was the benefit of the lodge to do this merge, to allow them to merge with them? Because all of a sudden, all they have is a financial liability.
That's why you have so many. Yeah, that's why you have so many that don't want to do it.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to be, they've already bled themselves out, and then they want to bleed you out too.
Yeah.
Why would we want to do that to each other?
Agreed.
That's an excellent point.
Yeah.
And really what we should be doing is taking all the funds from the one lodge and immediately putting it into a fund specifically for fixing up and bettering the other lodge, just like Hillcrest did.
Yes. Like if you want to actually benefit the lodge that you're merging into, do something like that, and let them use those funds to actually improve their building and build something nice. Because Hillcrest has something wonderful.
Oh, they do. It's awesome. Yeah. And 148 has some good things going on too.
They do.
I won't lie.
I don't say that to cast shadow on 148 or anybody like that. Because I wholeheartedly agree they have good things going there too.
And I'll never tell them that their lodge is better than mine. But it's just we love you, brothers.
Yeah. Well, it's let's look here.
I was gonna say.
I appreciate Zach. He's been the MVP here. We got one viewer. I guess it's been bouncing between 1 and 2 viewers. I think it's just a quiet night tonight. So, unless you just got something that's like we don't have much comments coming in or anything. So, I propose we just make it short tonight. And I'll work on getting a Facebook page back up so we have a new shiny Facebook page, and hopefully we can announce it. And it might just be a bad night for a lot of people too, but hopefully we can announce it and get these numbers back up, because these are rookie numbers. Gotta pump those numbers up,
right? I know something's wrong.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's fine. Why don't we get on a Zoom and talk about, without being live, or just stay on the Zoom without being live, and
yeah, we can do that.
Talk about the Facebook page. In fact, why don't you send Zach the link to join us, and then go dark on live, and then we'll just all three talk about the website and the Facebook page and stuff like that.
That sounds good. Yep. Zach, I'll send you a link to this Zoom, and if you
We'll
want to hop
link
in,
up, dude.
we'll link up. We'll link up, dude, and we'll go
That's
from
funny.
there. So yeah, so he's the only one alive. We'll just turn it to members only, exclusive.
Ooh,
There we go.
with our MVP.
There we go. All right, I'll end the stream, and Zach, stand by. I'll send you some info. Keep it between the points.
Thank you. I was wondering if you were going to say that. I knew you would.
See, we always build upon the shoulders of giants. I'm taking what you had, and I'm improving it.
Man. Oh my gosh. I didn't see those points.